Since coming on board in late December, Regional West Health Service Interim CEO Mel McNay and the hospital executive team have been using a variety of innovative approaches to improve the culture, quality, and finances of the organization. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, speaking to the Scottsbluff County Hospital Authority #1 this month, Regional West Health Services Interim CEO Mel McNay outlined changes such as interdisciplinary teams for daily patient reviews to help shorten stays and improve outcomes, and empowering directors and frontline staff to make decisions based on the mission, vision, and values of the organization. He said the changes are already paying dividends financially and otherwise.
We hired 29 new graduates, RNs, because we're changing the culture and people do want to come and work here now. We reduced our overtime from 6% to 2.5%. We currently are down to 40 RN travelers throughout the nursing units from a high of 106.
McNay said the changes have boosted staff morale, are making the facility more attractive to prospective hires, and have improved finances, which are just a few key things of keeping a hospital independent.
There's a lot of people that think, why doesn't Regional West just become part of something in Colorado? The thing is, they will look at every attribute of service that you provide and determine if it's financially feasible or is it better served in Colorado. And you don't want to lose that for your community, so you get the kind of health care you want here.
Fitch Ratings downgraded the hospital's long-term debt bonds by 2 levels after the health system had a $54 million operating loss last year, but also noted the changes by facility management point to much improved finances as 2023 progresses. During the meeting, hospital attorney Tom Holyoke told the County Hospital Authority Board the organization is not in default, closing, or for sale. You can find more details in our story online at kneb.com. Well, a 29-year-old Alliance woman charged with attempted first-degree murder following an altercation last month has been arraigned in Box Butte County District Court. Records say that on July 13th, Rebecca Ashing was at a residence on Potash Avenue with another male. She asked the man to give her a hug, but as he went in, she stabbed him in the neck with a knife. The man ran outside, and Ashing followed and stabbed him again, this time in the chest. The victim was transported to Box Butte General Hospital with 2 stab wounds, but it was in stable condition. Ashing is facing charges of use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, first-degree domestic assault, and second-degree domestic assault, in addition to the attempted murder charge. She'll be back in court on September 27th for a status hearing. And a 31-year-old Cheyenne man was arrested following a pursuit in Dawes County Monday evening. Troopers say Gerald Hobbs was observed traveling on his motorcycle on Highway 385 north of Chadron, going about 98 miles per hour. Hobbs fled, turning onto Highway 20 at speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. He tried to escape by driving into a field, but was arrested and is now charged with flight to avoid arrest, willful reckless driving, possession of a controlled substance, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of drug paraphernalia. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. The Leeds Scottsbluff Public Library's adult reading program kicks off next week and will include games, prizes, and of course, reading. Library assistant Ethan Nelson tells KNB News that there's a lot packed in for the upcoming 6-week program.
Our adult reading program will begin on August 28th. We're using a bingo card format this year. Each bingo square you complete gets you entered into one of our bingo square prizes, and each bingo on the board you complete gets you entered into our grand prize drawing, which is an HP laptop. We also have 11 special events this year. We have 3 special speakers coming. We have cooking classes for multi-cookers and pressure cookers. We'll have a community quilt square project and many more fun events. The program is designed for adults with busy lives, so some of the activities involve reading, some of them involve learning about your community and engaging with others in the program.
The program runs from Monday until October 14th, and all the details can be found by locating this story on our website. Well, 11 Nebraskans will be honored at the Step Forward Awards October 6th, and will recognize exemplary volunteers across the state who have given their time and talents to make our communities better. Mara Shai of Gering is the 2023 recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is the highest honor bestowed upon a Nebraska citizen for volunteer service. She is being honored for her lifelong dedication in helping others, not only in Nebraska, but around the world. Crawford's Robert and Helen Arnold are also being honored with the National Service Award. They are AmeriCorps senior volunteers with the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, and even spearheaded the RSVP literacy campaign in Crawford.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
It's time for another edition of Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. We're back on site again at Miller Farms in Sioux County, Nebraska, about 10 miles north of Henry, right on the Nebraska-Wyoming border. Catching up once again with Glenn Miller of Miller Farms, and it's been a wild summer this far. I guess in your words, how has this year's growing season been up to mid-August?
You know, we started out early dry, had a lot of rain through May and June. Start irrigating in July, and since then it's been fairly dry, and of course recently very hot.
Last time I was out here, I was talking to your son Ross, and the wheat looked amazing. And I just drove by and got some video, as you can see here. It's been cut. How has the quality been for the 2023 harvest so far?
Wheat quality good, test weight good, protein not much. Yields were good though with all the moisture earlier.
And you said it was the protein that was a little off. Is there anything that you could have done to prevent that, or is that just kind of luck of Mother Nature?
No, that's generally just how it ends up. The more moisture seems to lower the protein more, so it just is catch-22. You know, you can't, better yield, maybe less protein, but that's the way it is this year.
And if memory serves correct, last time when I spoke with Ross, within a week, some bad hailstorms came in. Miller Farms here, it looked like it stood the test of time.
Yeah, we, right here on my farms, we escaped the hail. We had a few little stones here and there, but my son's place got hailed pretty bad and took his wheat down to a low average, and they ended up with insurance totaling out his beans and his corn crop there. So anyway, it hurt the hay a lot, but it's come back now and actually cutting it right now again. So.
I mean, and that's one of the biggest risks as a farmer here in western Nebraska is the old white combine. I mean, how big of a blessing is it every year where you get unscathed from the big stuff?
Oh yeah, you figure that there's a chance every year of losing almost everything. So if you make it to the end, you have made it through luckily, and usually have a decent crop. So.
All right, and just to the north, it looks like I'm seeing some of your dry beans. You're probably a few weeks out of harvesting those yet still, correct?
Yeah, I'd say we're 10 days to 2 weeks from starting to cut some beans, and that'll probably go on through the next 30 days, from now. So we'll be working on them.
And for the early part of this week, we were seeing highs get above 100 degrees. Is that helping or hurting the dry bean crop this year?
It probably doesn't help yield-wise, but it probably pushes them along to maturity a little faster. So it's, it is what it is. It's probably pushing some of the later ones to mature. So if there was any ones worrying about making it, so.
And when do you pull the trigger on starting harvest? I mean, are you looking for those leaves to be completely turned from green to the yellowish?
Yeah, maybe not completely, but a good share of them, and when the pods are filled, and we have all pinnos, so when the striping comes onto the beans and stuff like that, we can get ahead and go ahead and start cutting them, and then we cut them with a picket and let them lay in the windrow for 5, 6, 7 days, and then combine them. So it takes about a week to get one field from cutting to combining, generally.
And ETA on when you're going to hit the field to start your corn harvest?
We let it all dry down, and so it is late October usually before we get started harvesting corn. We're irrigating now. We probably have a couple more weeks of irrigation left on the corn, and another week or 10 days on some of the beans. So,
in your opinion, how's this year's corn harvest looking at Miller Farms?
We thought maybe the corn was behind earlier with the cool and wet weather, but it seems to have caught up pretty well. Starting to see a few dents in the ears, so that's a good sign. We always figure if we see that by the 1st September, we should be in pretty good shape, barring some unbeknownst early frost.
And is there anything at this point, mid to late August, where Mother Nature could help with additional rainfall? I mean, is the irrigation water helping? I mean, is there anything for this final home stretch where you could be like, oh, thank you, God?
Yeah, probably just maybe a little cooler temperatures. We probably don't need the over 100, and rainfall would be nice, but you hate to have a storm go through because you don't know what else it'll bring.
All right, and I looked at our Fridays in the Field schedule. It looks like we're going to be back in early October. So really, what's going to be keeping you busy from, I guess, the bulk of September?
Yeah, we'll be working on dry bean harvest, planting wheat, winter wheat behind the dry beans once we get them harvested, and probably putting up hay and finishing up irrigation.
All right, talking once again with Glenn Miller at Miller Farms, north of Henry in Sioux County, Nebraska. That'll do it for this week's edition of Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, with fall on the horizon, the Midwest Theater Performing Arts Season announcement is eagerly anticipated. Before season tickets for this year's Performing Arts Season are available, a special performance of Julian Gargiulo, the pianist with hair, will be held on September 12th. Gargiulo is an internationally known pianist, composer, and recording artist who presents a unique and intriguing performance. Tickets for this special performance are only $15, and highlights and information of the upcoming season will be shared. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.